Well, this sucks. What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to the channel. Now, if you hadn't heard, this past week, HB 1705, the ghost gun ban here in Washington State, just passed. Now, if you're not from Washington State, you don't want to stick around because I hope not, but eventually you could be going through the same thing we're going through right now. Now, I want to preface all of this by saying I am not a lawyer by any means necessary. This is just my interpretation of what the legislation actually says. If I'm wrong, put it down there in the comments. If you know more than I do about this, then feel free to put your 2 cents in the comments. That way, we innocent citizens are not criminalized more than we already are. So, what do you need to know about this? Well, it goes into effect March 10th, 2023, and it covers all ghost guns. Now, if you assembled a ghost gun pre-July 2019, you are exempt from this. How they're going to enforce that, I don't know. It's not like there's dates put on every single part that goes into a firearm. But, like always, the definitions in the legislation are super unclear, and we're just left in a big old gray area. That also means if you assembled a ghost gun or untraceable firearm after July 2019, that you will have to take it to an FFL to get it serialized. You're not able to do it on your own. There's also the third option of not complying, which I'm going to leave up to you because after all, this law does go against everything within our Constitution. And if you like our Constitution, go ahead and like this video because we need to inform more people about how stupid this is. But regardless of how unclear the definitions are and how they're going to enforce this and what actually needs to be serialized, yada yada yada, this bill did somehow pass, so you might want to educate yourself on this law. Alright, moving on. Now let's say you don't want to comply with this and they choose to enforce it. Or, if you're like me and you're very forgetful, let's say that is why you choose not to comply. Well, here's what could happen. It's kind of a 3-strike scenario. Your first offense is a civil infraction with a monetary fine of $500. Your second time becomes a misdemeanor, and all the penalties associated with a misdemeanor apply to you. Your third strike and all other strikes after this, if you get caught 3 times, and if you get caught 3 times doing this, you're doing something wrong. But if you get caught for that third time, it is a gross misdemeanor, and you are subject to all penalties that fall under a gross misdemeanor. Again, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not going to elaborate on those penalties. Now you might be thinking to yourself, well, I'm really depressed now. Why did I even watch your video? Is there even hope? Yes, there is some hope. Within 90 days of a bill being voted on in Washington State, we can do what is a referendum. Basically a signed petition submitted to the Secretary of State here in Washington saying, hey, we don't support this. Now, in Washington, this cannot be digital. It has to be physical signatures, and you have to have 163,000 signatures of registered voters here in Washington in order for this to be legitimate and to have any hope. And your second ray of sunshine, your glimmer of hope, would be if the Supreme Court ever hears a ghost gun related case. As of right now, they're not hearing any, so we just kind of get to sit there and wait and hope it happens. But that's the hope that we have. Like I said earlier, if I missed anything, feel free to put it down there in the comments so we're all more well informed. I'll make sure to link the actual bill down in the description so you can read it for yourself. Highly encourage you to read it for yourself. If you're also curious about SB 5078 passing, which is the magazine ban here in Washington, I'll make sure to put that here when I get it all finished up and link that in the description as well. Sorry guys, I know this sucks, but thanks for watching. Y'all have fun, be safe, make good choices. Have a great day.